So you want to start betting on DraftKings, but you don't know what the hell you're doing. All good. I got you covered. You're in good hands. I'm Dave Loughy with OddsShopper, and we're going to break down everything to help you understand how to bet on DraftKings and how to not allow them to take all of your money. Now, this is not a how to win every bet video, okay? This is not a win $500,000 in 2 months video. You're going to find them littered across YouTube. They will do you no good whatsoever. I promise you. It's just clickbait. What I'm here to do is simply help you understand, one, how to navigate DraftKings, but two, how to use it to the best of your ability, understand what bets you are making, and understand where to avoid the traps. Now, of course, it's DraftKings. All of these sports books, they are a business. They want to make money. Ideally, it's preferred if you are not making money. We should make that clear straight out of the gate. Anyone that tells you otherwise is lying to you. But we love betting, and we still want to find ways to make money. So let's make it as easy as possible on ourselves to understand how to bet on DraftKings, to understand what the spread, the total, the money line looks like, and what they mean. Understand how to bet props, understand how to take advantage of the promos, and more than anything, not get caught up with these crazy pre-made odds boosts that these books are going to lay on you and make it seem like a wonderful bet. So let's dive into this. Happy to have you guys with us, or with me. And I want to make it as easy as possible, as streamlined as possible, and make it so you can bet, win money, and enjoy yourself on DraftKings without, of course, them taking all of your money. Now, if you haven't signed up yet, so the first step is just creating an account. And listen, I'm not going to spend 5 minutes telling you how to do that and how to deposit. I trust that all of you guys are more than smart enough to figure that out. I also promise you that DraftKings wants to make it easy for you to figure that out, okay? So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time there. I actually want to get into some good valuable stuff in this video and get you guys out of here as quick as possible. Now, you'll see it top right of your screen or the banner in the middle. It might say login or sign up. Either way, you click login if you haven't signed up. If you haven't signed up yet, it'll take you to the sign up screen. You put in your information, takes a few seconds, and once you're in, you'll see that green button turn into a deposit button. You can deposit. There's a bunch of different ways you can do so, whether it's PayPal, credit card, whatever. Very simple. Once you're in, once you're logged in, signed up, and you've deposited, now we can start talking about it. All right, so just understanding the basics here. Simple layout on the site, easy to use. If you look up top, you'll see Daily Fantasy, okay? By the way, we have the biggest channel on YouTube, biggest daily fantasy channel on YouTube, biggest community. If you wanted to dive into that, it's a heck of a lot of fun. That's where I got started in all of this. So come hang with us if you want. You have Sportsbook. That's what we'll be talking about today. You have the casino. I can tell you from experience, be careful with the casino. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. And then you have Marketplace. You have Rainmakers, which NFT-based daily fantasy games, all of that good stuff. But we'll stick to the Sportsbook here today. You'll look down on the left side, all of your sports, right? Whether it's college basketball, NHL, you name it, NBA, we'll get into that in a second. Just unlimited options here. I would recommend, sticking to the sports that you know, or if you have good information, you're watching our videos, whatever, then you can dabble elsewhere. But we'll get into NBA. And then at the top, again, you have My Bets. That's where all of your bets are going to be, right? Your live bets, the bets that you're going to be sweating, that you're going to be placing. That's where you can find all of them. Not just live, but bets that are upcoming, bets that have already either paid out or you lost, that have settled, all of that stuff. And if you'll go in you'll see we don't have any bets here right now, but sometimes you'll see options to cash out on those bets. Not every bet, but sometimes in game you'll see options to cash out. Other times prior to the game going off, you'll see options to cash out. If a line moves significantly in your favor, you can take the extra money, but just beware that these books like DraftKings generally aren't going to offer you a cash out option unless it's benefiting them. So just be mindful of that cashing out to get 10% back on a bet that's in game that you're currently on pace to lose usually isn't the right decision. But as you can see right across from that, you can bet in-game live stuff. You can bet you can get promo opportunities, and we'll get to that as well. But more than anything, let's actually talk about understanding what these bets mean. Spreads, totals, money lines, all of that good stuff. And let's talk a little bit of NBA since we're in the NBA season. We'll go to the 76ers, Memphis Grizzlies, okay? Looking at this one, first thing you'll see, right, under the popular tab, Grizzlies are +4. That's the spread. Sixers -4. Then you have the money line and the total. All right, if this is foreign to you, I'm going to simplify it as easily as possible. You'll leave here going, oh, all right, I get it. Now I can bet it. Sixers, -4, okay? You're not betting, when you're betting the spread, you're not betting either team to win, okay? You're betting them to cover the spread. So the Sixers in this instance, of course, they need to win because they're favored, but they need to win by more than 4 points. So if you're betting the Sixers -4 or laying the 4 points, you need them to win by more than 4. Whether it's 5 or 50 doesn't make a difference. You need them to win by more than 4. Now, of course, you can bet alternative lines. Maybe we'll spend some time getting into that in another video, but you can bet alternative lines. If you wanted them to win, -13, you could do that too. Then you would get better odds on that, but not always the wisest choice. The Grizzlies, say you like the Grizzlies. You go, okay, I like the Grizzlies, but it's a close game. I'm not sure I'm comfortable in them winning. You bet them +4. That means that they don't need to win the game outright. They just need to lose by less than 4, okay? Now, looking at this, over on your bet slip, -110. That's standard, right? Most of these spreads are going to be -110 on both sides. Sometimes you'll see a -115 and a -105 on the other, but generally speaking, -110 on both sides. So what does that mean? It's simple. If you bet $110, you win 100, or you get paid out $210, 100 plus your original $110 stake. It's that simple. And you should know too, that if the Grizzlies were to lose by 4 and you bet them +4, or the Sixers were to win by 4 and you laid the points and bet them -4, and by the way, +4, if you hear taking the points, that means you're taking the points with the underdog +4. If they were to win or lose by 4, either side you bet, it's a push, which means the amount of money you bet comes back to you. The bet is essentially voided. Now with the money line, it's a whole lot different. In this instance, you are betting the team to win, all right? The Philadelphia 76ers are -170 on the money line, okay? They're the favorite here. That means that if you were to bet 170, that pays out $100, or again, pays out $270, $100 on your 170 and your original stake. If you were to bet the Grizzlies, though, say you like the Grizzlies today, they're an underdog, you feel good about them, +145. In this case, you only have to bet 100 to win $145, okay? So you bet 100, you win 145. Where with the Sixers, you have to bet 170 just to win 100. That's how it works. If you think of it in those terms, it's going to make life a whole lot easier for you going forward. And with the total, this is as easy as it gets, right? Like you're just betting the game to go over or the game to go under the total points here, right? You've heard over, under, that's the total. So 228.5 points, right? If you bet the over and the game scores 229 combined points, or again, anything north of that, you win. If you bet the under, you need that game to stay at 228 or under. So under 229, doesn't matter how far under it goes, you're still getting paid out the same amount as long as it goes under. And actually, if you were to scroll over to team props all the way over, right? If you were to scroll over to team props, you can also bet the team total points. So let's say you wanted to bet the Memphis Grizzlies to go over their own total, not the game total, but the Grizzlies total. You could do that as well. It's at 112.5, -115 there. So you'd have to bet 115 to win 100. Always keep this in mind. Don't just look at the line, pay attention closely to the odds. And we'll get into that when we talk about props in a second. Memphis Grizzlies, if they score 113 points or more, you win by betting the over. 112 or less, you win by betting the under. It's that simple. There's a lot of other bets out there, a lot of other props. My recommendation early on is stick with the basics, because a lot of these are going to get you into trouble once you start looking at some of these crazy game props and other stuff that may look good to you. But once again, if there's one thing you learn from this video, know this. These books do know what they're doing, right? So you might come into this and go, my God, there's no way that loses. This must be wrong. 99.999% of the time, you are wrong and the books are not wrong. It's that simple. A lot of people have to learn the hard way. Hopefully watching this video, that won't be the case for you. You can also bet player props, okay? And this is with any sport, but basketball is a good example here. If you go to player rebounds, for example, you can look at James Harden, 5.5 rebounds. If he brings down 6+ rebounds, you win, betting the over. If you bet the over and he has 5 or fewer rebounds, you lose. But the odds are not created equal here. It's not like the spread where everything is almost always minus 110. James Harden, minus 155 for the over on 5.5 rebounds. So just know that if you like that bet, no problem. But in order to win 100, you're going to have to bet 155. If you wanted the under here, right? Well, you're looking at plus 125. So you bet 100 to win 125. So always pay attention to that. A lot of these are going to vary wildly from prop to prop, from player to player. Always pay attention. Minus 155, you're going to have to bet 155 to win $100. Some of them are better than that, but that's just the way it is. All right, now with the promos, not all promos are created equally, but some of them are great. And if they're giving you free stuff, if they're giving you opportunities to get, say, crowns, which are points that you accrue for wagering money, and eventually you can cash them out for either actual site credits or you can cash them out for other stuff, you always want to take advantage of that. In the promos, you will see something that's a prize chest, okay? Each week you can claim your monthly or your weekly rewards in your prize chest. Sometimes it'll be a bunch of crowns. Sometimes it won't be a ton of anything. Sometimes it'll be actual like $50 in site credit. You never know what you're going to get. So always, it takes 2 seconds to claim it. Just do that. Make that a weekly thing. Don't forget about it, because sometimes you're actually going to get some great stuff. You can also check out promos for stuff like Same Game Parlay boosts. Again, careful with that, because a lot of times with Same Game Parlays, certain odds, certain bets are going to be correlated. And these books like DraftKings aren't going to give you the true odds on that. They're taking correlation into account. So you're not going to get good odds on a lot of these. They like when people bet same game parlays. Yes, they're fun. We enjoy them. But understand, from a profitability standpoint, you could be getting yourself into trouble. And that's what I want to finish with. Odds boosts, okay? Please understand what these odds boosts are. Sometimes DraftKings is going to give you great opportunities. They're going to say, here's 100% odds boost on any NBA game you want tonight. Take that, okay? Take that. You're getting your odds boosted 100% better than they were. Take that every single time. Other times, however, there are going to be pre-made odds boosts, okay? Couldn't find any on the site right now, but you stick around long enough, you guys are going to see them, and this is where they get their hooks in, right? You'll get pre-made odds boost, where I set up an example over on our website at OddsShopper. We have an awesome odds boost evaluator, which, by the way, your first week is free on everything on the site if you wanted to check it out, and especially how to make the best. I mean, you want to be profitable, you use OddsShopper. But besides the point, I just want to show you this odds boost evaluator to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So I plugged in Joel Embiid. Let's just say, hypothetically, this is the odds boost that they've given you. Joel Embiid, over 32.5 points. Tatum, over 29.5 points. Luka Doncic, over 29.5 points. All right. We give you the real odds here, what it should be. All right. We give you the expected win rate. And then we give you the expected ROI once you input the boosted odds. So let's say, and this is where they get you. Let's say DraftKings goes, all right, we're giving you this odds boost, but then the odds are plus 700. That's a minus 1.28 expected ROI on this. You don't need to know everything about ROI yet. That's why we have the website. That's why we have this channel, so you can learn more. Just know that a lot of times the odds aren't going to be as good as they look at first glance. So say they boosted these to plus 900, or even plus 800. Now you have 11% expected ROI. That's in the green. You know, green is good, red is bad. That is no better way to evaluate these odds boosts. So know that when you're looking at these odds boosts that have been made for you, oftentimes they would like you to bet these. So stick with the stuff you know. Understand that the odds are everything here. If you're going to win long term, you don't want to take bad bets, especially where the odds are worse than they would be naturally. So hopefully that helps. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. Follow me at Loughy_D on Twitter. I'll always respond to questions. My DMs are open, LOUGHY_D. And check out everything else that we've got here on the Odd Shopper channel. Good luck over there on DraftKings, and we'll see you back here for the next one.